Welcome to this tech tip showing how to use Edgecam's planning board to speed up the process of toolpath creation. The planning board is integral to using Edgecam's knowledge-based machining, whether those are your own strategies or you're simply using the strategies that install with Edgecam. The planning board is turned on by going to the View menu, Toolbars, Windows, and Planning Board. This would be done in manufacture mode, and the planning board, which visually represents your machining process, it will be added to your screen. To use it, you would take the features that already exist in your part, and you simply tell Edgecam to send them to planning board. And what it does is it pairs toolpath that's suitable to the type of feature that you have. You can then arrange them into the order you want, and then when you tell Edgecam to go execute it, at that point it begins to build toolpath. We have demonstrations next that show how planning board is used for turning, and then we'll follow with a milling demonstration. This part is a twin spindle part, and the features have already been created, and the machining sequence as well. When we zoom in, you look at the main spindle components, notice that we have features for the front face, front turn, bore, and then also some live tool features. You see them highlighted in the screen as I move the mouse over them. We'll begin by turning on the planning board. View, Toolbars, Windows, and Planning Board, and my preference is to stack it along the left side of the screen. Next, we'll put the strategies to the planning board using the Apply All Strategies command in the Solids toolbar, and you're going to want to turn on Auto Assign, Auto Apply, and Send to Planning Board options. What this does is it instructs Edgecam to pair suitable machining strategies to the types of features that you have, and you can see those individual pieces of your machining process added to planning board. And again, as you hover the mouse over them, you see them visually pair to the features they are assigned to. Now there may be some items you don't want to use, such as the spot drill. We're going to use self-centering drills. That's not a problem. It's also possible to take the individual pieces of the process and reorder them into the order you'd like to see machining happen in. Because there's a second spindle, there's also a Spindle 2 tab, and I'll go make the same modifications here. Now, one of the ways to build the tool path is to simply right-click over a single item that's in the process window and to apply that process to the part. And notice that as soon as you do that, all the tool path dictated by that, in this case selecting a suitable drill for the bore and then a suitable boring bar, is done. I'm going to undo that, and I'm going to use a different method where we go to the Apply All Strategies command that we initially used to get stuff to planning board, and this time I'm just going to say apply the items from the planning board. So now what Edgecam does is it takes all of the items in the planning board and it builds toolpath for them. This toolpath is being auto-built, and so for example, taking the bore feature, Edgecam looks at the internal size of the bore, and it's going to go out to My Tool Library, and it's going to choose a suitable tool. It's looking at the material that I've selected as the material to cut with, and it's looking up valid feeds and speeds from my database. Now there may be some features where Edgecam needs more information, like on the outer boss, what size end mill would I like to use? And so I can quickly input that information and give Edgecam additional direction. We see the same thing for the finish tool, and then there will be a similar prompt for controlling the spindle transfer. I like lathe parts for knowledge-based machining demos because they're really good examples of the same process applied over and over to parts of a variety of different geometries. With turning parts, it seems that we're always facing and rough turning and rough boring and drilling holes and finishing work and basic grooves and things like that, and this lends itself very well to that type of environment. You can see that it's now on to building items for the sub spindle as well. And now that Edgecam's complete with doing that, we can see all the toolpath that was built much faster than I could have built it. The toolpath is fully editable, so you can take the toolpath that Edgecam's got started for you and tweak it if you need to. Notice that each feature or each process that has toolpath made has a check mark, and if I left click on that item, it shows all the toolpath that particular process item has built. So just a great visual connection between your machining process and the toolpath that you've created. Let's go look at a milling demonstration now. Here I'm using Edgecam 2013 R1, and again the part is already in position with features in stock created and a machining sequence as well. So I'll begin by applying all the strategies: auto assign, auto apply, and send to planning board. Now in Edgecam 2013 R1, one of the improvements in this release is auto sorting capability in the planning board, so you might have quickly seen the planning board reshuffle things into common groups: all the roughing, all the finishing, all the spot drilling, all the drilling, which really speeds up the process of pairing toolpath and machining. In this case, rather than applying all the toolpath in the part, I'm just going to focus on drilling. So I selected the first, and then holding the shift key, the last item in the drill, just standard Windows selection, right click and apply. As it builds toolpath, you'll notice that there are indexing commands for this fifth axis positional environment. Edgecam knows the CPL that the feature is paired with and auto indexes to get there as well. So this is saving a lot of time and quickly building toolpath that we're going to have to build anyway, just build it a ton faster. Now that the toolpath is complete, again, all the items built are checked, and if I left click on any process item, I can see the toolpath that has been built as a result of that item. Try using Planning Board today and reduce the time that it takes you to create toolpath.